Hello? Hello? Is anybody out there? We'll wait and see if anybody shows up on here. Hello? Hello? I was wondering, I was going to wait and see if anybody wanted to show up and comment and talk a while about the summer case and how you feel. Just coming on. Hello? Hello? I was just wondering what I was going to go on Prayer Garden tonight, but I went on there and she wasn't on tonight, so I'm going to miss her. Hello? I'm going to wait until see if I get anybody on here with me tonight. See how everybody's doing and see how people are feeling about what's all been going on. Any new opinions or updates I'd like to know about. We can drink coffee and talk about it if anybody wants to. I decided to come on tonight and see if anybody was still up and maybe want to talk about the case and talk about anything new that's going on with the Summers case, that something maybe I don't know nothing about. I just wonder how everybody's doing tonight. Actually, just got home from a wedding shower, so I decided to just come on home and get on live. I was actually going to watch Prayer Garden tonight, but she's not on. So I guess nobody's on right now. Probably not a good time to go live. It's probably not a good time at all. Well, anyway, while I'm on here, I've not really had time to get online and read up on the new updates or anything. Try to find anything else out about the case, or if there's any extra drama going on. Hey, hello, how are you? I'm glad you're on here. I was just really talking to myself just a minute ago. How are you doing tonight? I was wondering if anybody was wanting to get on here tonight and talk. Hello. I was gonna uh, just want to know if I hadn't had a chance to get on there and find anything else new. Good, good. Um, are you here for SummerWells, or are you here for farm? Because I had some people on here to talk. That is SummerWells, and this is Columbus, Missouri. Oh, awesome! Welcome, welcome. Um, I'm here in Tennessee, near in East Tennessee, near Kingsport. Um, I haven't really got to get online like I was saying earlier and read up on any of the. You're here for farms? Okay. Yeah. Do you live on a farm? Do you live on a farm? I do. Actually, do. Um, I live on a almost 9 acres of farm, and I have every animal you can name except horses. I don't have horses. You do? What kind of animals? What do you farm? Do you farm cattle, or do you farm gardening, or certain kind of trees or anything? Um, we do a little bit of both. Uh, I have planted some apple trees. Chicken dogs. What is that? A dog? A certain kind of dog, or uh, what exactly is a chicken dog? I actually put some eggs in my incubator the other day, and I really need to candle them for y'all to see if they've got anything growing. I've just not had time. I don't know if I've ever heard of chicken dogs before, but I'm curious to find out, uh, what they are. I have a little bit of everything on my farm, and we actually wanted to start a orchard here and on the farm, and I planted about a year ago or more some apple trees, and next year I definitely want to try to see if we can grow some kind of corn, or you know um, a lot more food than for because times is hard. But I don't know exactly what a chicken. Oh, chicken and dogs. Oh, chicken and dogs. Okay. Yeah, I have chickens. I have a lot of chickens. I have the brown egg layers and I have the green egg layers. Beagles. My dad used to my dad used to have beagles. He used to hunt them, rabbit hunt them. Um, we kept beagles growing up the whole time. Chicken plus dogs, and I have a hound that helps me to keep the chickens in the pen because I like to fly. They like to fly out. That's why I call him a chicken dog. Absolutely, absolutely. I actually we had just got a pup for that reason. I have chickens, ducks, geese, turkeys, a sheep, two goats, and a heifer, and a bull calf. Um, and I love them. And I have chickens. But last year I hatched out turkeys, geese, um, ducks, and one chicken, and then the rest I got from the feed store. They was on sale, and they made the prettiest hens. Do you have any green egg layers? Because I got my first year of green egg layers. I've not put any in the incubator though. Um, yeah, I have a lot of critters, and I hatched a whole bunch of geese, ducks, mallard ducks, and Pekin ducks, African geese, Chinese geese, and pilgrim geese. And then I have blue slate turkeys and heritage turkeys. I was pretty successful with the turkeys. I think I've got that down because when I first started with turkeys, it was really hard. You have Dominicers, and I have buffs that I have Americanas, and then I have a chicken I call Roadrunner, blue layers and brown layers. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I love chickens. I've grown up all my life uh, with chickens. Um, I'd like to have me some blue layers though. I got green egg layers, but I'd like to have me some blue layers. Now I have mostly um, Rhode Island Reds, and uh, a whole bunch, a whole bunch. I need a cook. Okay. Oh goodness. Duck eggs are really good. They are better than chicken eggs. Yeah, I get a whole lot of duck eggs actually. I'm getting prepared for that because I have a whole lot of ducks. And so um, the mallard eggs probably, I don't know if they're as good as the pecans because they're little and green, but man, did I have success hatching them out. I hatched a whole slew of them mallard eggs out. But my pecans, they lay a lot too, but they was a little bit harder to hatch. And then once they hatched, they didn't. Some of them didn't make it. Like they seemed to be not as hardy as the mallard ducks are. The mallards was um they're a little more hardier ducks, and but I had I mean you put them in an incubator and you keep that humidity on high, honey, they ever one hatch, and so did my geese as well. But I've never ate a duck egg before. I'm curious to try it out though. A lot of people sell them to restaurants. I wished I could get hooked up with a restaurant and sell my duck eggs. That would be wonderful if I could do that. I don't need any more ducks. I got plenty of them. They're all over the place and they're so friendly. And then I have a private security system with my geese. They're meaner than I don't know what. And anybody that comes in the yard, they run them off. So I guess I have my own little security system. And then my ducks start squalling when people come in the yard. And I know if somebody's out there. So they're kind of like my alarm system security system. I call my goose Sandra. She is one mean goose. But I'm getting ready to get the incubators out and um get ready for the spring season. Now, if there's anybody in here with back in here wants to talk about summer, let me know. We can talk about farm and summer both. I was just wondering if anybody had any updates on anything or heard anything. I've really not been able to get online and really talk about anything here lately, other than yesterday. Let's see, they are really good. Yeah, I'll have to try out those eggs and see. I've never really ate duck eggs. I collected some chicken eggs the other day, and I thought I, I thought I collected them earlier, but when my husband went to break one open, it had a little dealer in it. Not a big. It was just like a little blood spot, but I'd rather have hen eggs over or store bought any day. They're just so much more richer, and I let my hens free range. Oh yeah, I've got a couple videos on my channel. If y'all haven't had a chance to subscribe to my channel, uh, please subscribe and hit that notification. You can see my critter videos. But yeah, um, I've got videos of my goose attacking me, and actually, I started taking video of her the other day attacking the car as the car was pulling out. She don't play, or they don't play, and she gets mad at me if I'll go sit down on the steps of the chicken house. She'll get mad at me and flog the far out of me, and I don't know why. Guineas. Well, that's something I've never had as a guinea. I started to buy some at the feed store, but I just didn't know how to raise them. They're so tiny and delicate. Now, my neighbor gave me a red tail pheasant ring, a red tail pheasant ringtail egg, and I hatched it out, and it was just so wild and tinier than all the rest of them that it didn't end up surviving. And um, it lived a couple weeks. I hatched it, and I should have probably separated it because It was so much more wilder than the chickens and the ducks, and um, it you could just tell it wanted out of there, and it was going to get out, and it was so much smaller. I feel like if I would have had more, that I could have probably had it, kept it. And I would like to try pheasants again, but I've never tried guineas. I might actually, if they have some this year, I might actually grab me a couple because I heard they was really good for ticks and stuff. Because, but we have coyotes and raccoons and stuff, huge raccoons around here. So, um, and possums, they'll eat the heads right off of the chickens if you don't watch them. Um, Nothing new about summer. I kind of figured that. I mean, I just, I just don't think there is anything other than drama. That's pretty much drama. um, because there's nothing really it's going to change unless the TBI comes out, with something new, or summer's found. Um, they are prey. Yeah, you talking about the guineas being prey? We've had some big old chicken hawks around here. Um, and so we've had some uh, animals that they've got a hold of. But since it's been cold, they've not really been around. But now we got coyotes for sure. There's a lot of coyotes around here. And actually, our nanny goat passed away um, a couple weeks back, and we buried her, and something dug her out and eat her completely. They eat her. They drug her off and eat her. They are all good for ticks. Yeah, that's what I heard, that guineas are good for ticks, and they fly a lot. So they probably would get up in the trees, and probably couldn't get them out. That's that's what I was thinking. Um, I've never had a guinea before. But I would like to try to maybe this year will be the year that I'll try guineas. But I'd sure like to get some more of those ringtail pheasants. I think they're beautiful, but they're just so wild. That little baby, it was born wild, and it was wanting to get out of the cage right off the bat. It didn't want to settle down, and it was the prettiest little pheasant. I think I posted a picture on my page, um, on my community page of it, but it just didn't want to survive. But now, chickens, ducks, geese, and turkeys are hard to raise. Very, very hard to raise. When I first started raising turkeys, I had a time raising them, so I started hatching them, and I started giving them protein. They have to have a lot of protein to hatch, and I started giving them, special turkey feed. And in their water, I gave them some. Uh, it's a herb. Uh, it's not parsley. It's some oregano. Oregano in their water. Let's see. Yep, drama haters bashing each other. Yes. Yeah, I get tired of that. I'm like really, really. I don't want to get on here and bash people. I want to just talk, and if there's something that's useful for Summer's case, besides bashing everybody and putting them down, then I would love to talk about it. But I really don't like to get on here, and I mean, they're just, to me, a lot of people's making up stuff just and fighting amongst each other just so that they can get views and stuff. I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't want to really, you know, deal with that. I don't want to get on here and bash people and fight with people, and we got enough stress going on. And like I said, if the TBI was to come out with something new about summer, or any new updates, or even if she's found, that little boy was found. I got an Amber Alert about 12 o'clock midnight last night on that little 6-year old boy that went missing. And they found him today alive. And I thought, whoa, that would be awesome if they was to find find Summer. You know, if they was to find her alive somewhere, unharmed, like they did the little Chloe girl, that would be amazing. But no, as far as getting on here and bashing people and stuff, I don't want to do that. That's not what I want my channel about. I love the little Summer and everything, but I don't want to have like a drama channel. I'd like to just talk about like the facts, or what can be helpful and stuff like that. I don't really want to make up random stuff so I can get views, or you know, I just don't. It's just not who I am. But I'll talk about Summer. I mean, if anybody has anything new to add in or something like that, I don't care a bit to talk about the case and everything. But I don't want to make my channel 100% about that. I love talking about animals as well, and um, we can talk about both summer and animals. I can go on and on all day about animals because I know so much about them. But there's just so much that there's just so much that of um, drama, other channels putting each other down and fighting and going there and harassing the Dawn and Candace, and um, just the whole ordeal is just way too much to deal with sometimes. I mean, I understand that they had, you know, that they went there. Well, I can support them going there and maybe trying to push the TBI to maybe come, you know, look a little harder and do a little more research and not keep this case from. I did too. That went nationwide. Was it the little boy that went nationwide? What was it that went nationwide? Was it the little boy? Is that what she's talking about? Um, I know Summer has went nationwide. Um, um, Elijah, yeah, that little boy. Is that what his name was? Yeah. And I'm so glad that they found him. I'm so glad that they found that little boy. Um, because when they said that the dog had came back um wet, I thought, oh, he's fell in a river or he's fell in a pond, and that's why the dog come back. Because you wouldn't think that the dog would leave him there, but evidently the dog left and came back, or come back home and left him out there by himself. So, um, but yeah, um, I'm just glad they found him. I have a lot to talk about animals. They're better than people. Absolutely. I totally agree that they are better than people to talk about because that when I start talking about that summer case, sometimes my whole head starts hurting. I have headaches anyway and stuff, but it makes it worse. But when I talk about animals, I can ramble on and on and on about farming and stuff. Um, I can ramble on and on about that because um that's what I love. I love animals. People are people can be ugly to each other. They can be mean and ugly, and when there's money involved, it gets even worse. And I that's just not who I am. Hi, Sky Blue Moon. Good morning, ma'am. And chat, I just woke up. She just woke up. Good morning. Hello, Cobilian Beeben. Good morning, you all. How are y'all doing? I was just wondering if, like I was talking to Kimmy, I was just wondering if anything was new, if y'all had heard anything new about summer, other than you know, the drama that we was talking about going on. We was talking about how we like to talk about animals and stuff too, because it doesn't really seem to be as stressful, and I know a whole lot about them. Um, but you know, I wish that we had some updates on the SummerWells case, and I was thinking about it as I was coming home tonight. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I was the little boy. It was a little boy, Elijah. His name. Okay. Yeah. Praise God. Elijah was found safe. Absolutely. Like I was telling Kiwi a while ago, is I was afraid when they said that the little boy had come back. Hello, Bonfay. Hello. Another night, Al. I just watched Jay's is for Justice. A lot of information. You may want to watch that. Okay, yes, that's what I was talking about. I haven't been on any of the channels today. My niece had a wedding shower I had to go to, so I wasn't on any of the channels today to actually go and check out if there was any new information or anything. And yep, her too. Oh, awesome. Um, I wasn't able to get on any of the channels today and find out, but I'll have to go check that one out. But yeah, I was so glad about the little Elijah being found, because they said that the dog had came back home wet, like he'd been in a pool or something. And like I was telling Kimmy, I was like, I thought maybe he fell into a river or a pond. He couldn't get out, but the dog just left him evidently. Yeah, he was found safe, and I am so glad that he was found safe. That was a blessing in itself. Now, I really wish if they could find Summer that would be alive. I want her to be found alive. That would be awesome if we could find her. Hello, Missouri. Welcome, Missouri. But yeah, um, I'm so glad that they found him. But uh, Summer, it's been 7 months, and it's not looking very good for her. It's not looking very good at all, unless someone's kidnapped her, and they're just keeping her. Uh, and I'm praying, if that's true, that it's for just because they want a child, not that they want to hurt her. I hope that they never. Yes, I know. I'm thankful. Absolutely, I am. I'm absolutely thankful that they found him, because I was just thinking, oh my goodness, because um, he was at his dad's house. I think his mom and dad. I know his mom said that they weren't together, and I got the Amber Alert last night actually when I was on here, and had seen that he went missing at 4. He went missing around 4 o'clock yesterday, and we didn't get the Amber Alert here until like 12 o'clock midnight. So that's a long time for a kid to be missing before they put an Amber Alert out. I think they should put an Amber Alert out the very minute that they call and see that a child's missing. I mean, what's it going to hurt? At least it's going to save time. I watched a lady last night. She painted out the video with Summer in the back seat. Her legs are huge in the photo. You mean did she post a picture of Summer? Oh, she pointed out in the video that Summer's legs was huge in that photo. Wow, that's something, ain't it? On a video, huh? That's definitely something to think about for sure. I'm gonna have to go back there and check that out. She put, oh really? What's the difference between chickens and duck eggs? Um, I heard that duck eggs was really rich because a lot of restaurants use it duck eggs instead of chicken eggs. I think they're good for cakes and cooking certain entrees. I know a lot of the Chinese restaurants buy up their duck eggs. Um, but I'm curious. I may try one this year. It was it was the video. What's the lady that said pointed out the video with Summer in the back seat with her legs are huge in the photo. Oh, okay. With Summer in the back seat with the milk jug. I'll have to go back and look at that and see what I think. Because do they think that maybe that the video is like been it's not real? Like they may have put something in there and made it look like that Summer was there. That's something. They are more rich. Yeah, I heard they're more richer than regular chicken eggs. But yeah, I heard. I wonder, but yeah, you think so? I'm starting to think that may be true too. I hope it ain't, but like I was telling them, it's not looking very good for little Summer because she's been gone 7 months, and there's just so many shady people that's around her and that's been around her, and she's been exposed to so much. I don't. I don't think it's a good thing. And I would I just I don't I'd like to keep hope about her, but more and more the more I learn about the people around her and that who she's been exposed to, um, I don't think that she's with us anymore. Um, and I hate that, but you never know. I mean, she could very well still be alive. You never know. I never noticed that with her legs, and she pointed out some other difference as well. What's the name of the channel that's on, if you don't mind? And I'll have to go check that out. They may be too rich for me. Sometimes regular organic chicken eggs are too rich. Yeah, um, they are. Regular organic chicken eggs are really rich. I've never ate a duck egg before, um, but the there's a big difference between a store bought chicken egg and a free range chicken egg. Um, and they're really good for cakes. Their richness and stuff is good for cakes. Just a second, let me find out. Be right back. Okay, honey, thank you. Sky, yeah, her legs were definitely swollen. I wonder why her legs is swollen. That don't that don't look good at all. That's really I'll have to go back and look at that. That don't make I mean, that's really something else. If her legs are swollen, that would I'm gonna have to go back and look at that. I wonder what would cause her leg to be swollen like that. Um, if if yeah, I wouldn't think that she definitely looks alive in that photo because if she wasn't, she would be pale, and her lips wouldn't be the bright red that they was. So she looks alive in her face. Um, but I wonder if that photo has been cropped out. Good morning. Good morning, Mom Faye. But you never know. It could very well be um, cropped out. Um, with this case, there's nothing surprised me. There's been so much craziness with this case. Nothing at this point would really surprise me, and anything that come up with the SummerWells case um, wouldn't surprise me um, because of so much of a lot of the other stuff that's went on with it and all the drama and everything. Um, but that right there, I couldn't think of why that baby's legs would be swelled. I mean, that really would, that's not good. That could be like what people says. It, okay, it's Cato's, Cato's Mountain Mama. It's SummerWells still missing 6 months. Okay, when I get off this live stream, I might go check it out. Was you the one that sent me the email? Somebody sent me an email about the horse, and I watched it today. Yes, please. There is a lot of new information. Yes, definitely. I'm gonna go back and watch that. Let me get her name right. Oh, okay. Because somebody sent me a video of the horse during the news broadcast, the horse running down the road, and I watched it, and that was really odd. And I'm surprised that they didn't notice that and say something, but I guess it was just so serious that they didn't really say anything. But you had to about look twice to see the horse in the back, but it was just running away. It just makes you wonder about why her little legs would be swollen. Oh, Mountain Mama. Okay, thank you. I'll have to get on there and watch that to see. Hello, Princess. Uh, how you doing? Yeah, Coda, Mountain Mama. See, I didn't really get a chance to uh look at that. Yeah, chickens are they're really smart. Now, turkeys, on the other hand, that's a different story. Turkeys ain't the smartest thing in the world. But yeah, I'll have to get on there and look. I haven't had a chance to look. Today, 7 months for summer. Well, Utah Wells missing. Aw, I hate that. It has just been so long though. You gotta look at that video. I'm gonna go back and look at that video after this live stream. Actually, right now I'm on my phone and I can't really go and look at it. But as soon as I get off the live stream, I'm gonna go watch it. And thank you so much for letting me know about that because I haven't had a chance to get on there and even see anything. Sky Blue, who is Captain Mountain Mama? I never heard of her. And then she put, yeah, 7 months. I was just saying that video saying Summer Wells 6 months missing is what it's called. Summer Wells 6 months missing. Okay, I'll get on there and look for it. But it's actually been 7 months since she's been missing. And like I said, with it being that long and the shady stuff that has went on around that baby, it's not looking very good for her. I don't know. It just came up on my feed. Yeah, I get a lot of stuff that just pops up on my feed and stuff. And that's how I discover new videos about summer. And there's so many people out here on the Summer Wells case. And There's a lot of people fighting right now, back and forth on there. K is for Justice has a lot of new information. I have to go check her out too. See, that's what I like. I like the new information. I like, um, yeah. Thank you so much for telling me about that. Anything new, anything updated, J for Justice. I think I've heard about J for Justice before. Yeah, anything new, um, I'm all in for it. It's just the other stuff, that people just keep going on and on about and fighting over and trying to find things that's making things up is what but yeah, if they can get on there and uh, find new information, maybe find a picture that's been cropped out. Um, but surely you would think that the TBI could tell if a picture had been cropped out or not. But I know there's a lot of people out here that's really good at doing that stuff too. So it could be something else. I mean, it could be, I don't know. But I'm curious to see what it's about. I haven't got a chance to get on there and really look at some of the stuff. And um, I got on Don B's just a few minutes ago, but all he was talking about was Don's court date. Like, but he was telling the truth about it. He probably, you know, they get away with a lot of stuff here in Tennessee, so he'll probably, I don't know, not get a whole lot out of that. But other than that, um, I'd like to know what's going on. Was there anything else mentioned in that video that uh, might be good to know? Does she think that maybe it was cropped out, or because I don't know why her legs would be swelled. I don't I don't know. That's really odd. That's really really odd that her legs was swelled like that. It's almost like it'd have to be cropped out because only kids' legs that swell would probably be like a cancer child or something else. I wouldn't think that they would be swelled over like drowning. I wouldn't think it would be too soon, but you never know. Um, I'm I'd have to go back up and look at that, but I mean, I don't honestly think that Summer was dead in that video. I mean, in my opinion, I don't think that she was. A lot of people say she looks dead, but she had a lot of color in her cheeks and in her lips, and that's the places that you look. That's where people mostly, if they pass away, they turn really white, and she would have been really pale. Let's see. I just woke up and go watch again the lady saying decompensation, but Val said they packed this babies with money to traffic to drugs. I wonder what they was talking about decomposition. Oh, you mean if she's passed away? Um, well, it could be. I don't know if that would happen after death, but in a drowning, it could possibly be. But it, in my opinion, in my experience, she don't look dead, and I've seen a lot of dead people before. Um, and she didn't look dead in that video. To me, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong, wrong. Um, but I really do believe in my heart that Summer was part of something like that. I do think that there was some, and I believe that there was some either trafficking or bad stuff for her, intended for her. I don't think, I think that that trafficking was something that, I think you're right. I think she was trafficked out. Now, if I don't, I, whether Don and Candace did it, I don't know. Um, but somebody did it. Somebody did wrong, and I feel like that whoever it was very close to her. Um, and I have my suspicions. Um, and it could very well be, could be right, um, but yeah, I don't know if decomposition would cause swelling, but it could very well cause swelling. But other things can cause swelling too, so maybe there was something else going on there with her. But I'm definitely going to have to go back and look at that and see, you know, what what that looks like, because there's just so much. But I just really don't feel like Summer's with us anymore. Because I mean, if she would have got lost, I mean, they found that 6-year old, and he was good. I feel like Summer would have been old enough to be able to yell out or something like that. Let me see. In my own opinion, I looked at her fingers. They are blue, but for me, it's her neck. When a baby goes to sleep, they are limp, and the neck and chin will be chin to chest, but she looks stiff. I never thought about that. I might need to go back and look at that picture again and study it, because I really haven't studied that picture myself. You could be very right about that. It looks like opiate overdose to me because of the blue. You never know. A lot of parents that's on drugs and they have kids that's hyperactive and stuff, they'll give their kids medicine like Benadryl and stuff to get them to go to sleep and that's awful, and that's not good, and that could have very well happened. She could have got something, and that could have very well happened. I never thought about that. Um, Me too. Animals are so precious. Yes, animals are very, very precious. I love, I love animals. Animals are better than some humans. They really are. Some animals take care of their babies and their young better than some humans do. But you know, I do believe I do believe that opiates was involved also. I do believe there was some drugs involved in the missing of Summer. Somehow, some way, there was drug involvement there in that whole scenario. That's what I feel like, you know. Let's see. Somebody put, how when you fall asleep setting up. Oh, I've already read that one. I'm sorry. The chest is touching because it's stiff. I'm definitely going to have to go back and study that video of that because I just glanced at it and I thought, oh, well, she's got color to her cheeks and her lips, but I never did really study it. You probably are right about that. I believe Blue Moon is gone. Yes, her neck loose and swelling. I'm gonna have to go look at that. Definitely gonna have to go look at that. Hi to me. She looks. Hello. She looks like she has peach lip gloss on. If you enlarge it. Oh. Hmm. It does kind of look like she might. Her lips are redder than normal. Before a person passes away, they do turn blue, but after so many hours, they become pale, like the blood runs. It starts to pull wherever they sit, and they become pale. But when a person first starts to pass away from the lack of oxygen, they do turn blue like that. Um, Lip gloss and enlargement. Hello, Cassie. Um, yes, Bonnie Faye's animals are precious. Yes, they are. They are. Yes, lip gloss on her lips. J for Justice doesn't see to bash others. My first time on her channel. That's awesome. I like that. I'm glad that she doesn't bash other people. That's a really good thing, I think. Based on the spread of her face, I'm definitely going to have to go back and look at that video again because I've not noticed it. I just glanced at it. But you all might be right on this one. Yes, I accidentally put a K. Oh, K for the J. LOL. My friend overdosed on opiates in front of me and he turned blue right away. I tried so hard to save him and couldn't. No EpiPen. Um, Epi probably would have brought him back for a minute or so, but without Narcan, um, and CPR, um, mostly the airway, um, you probably wouldn't have brought him back. Um, Narcan is the one thing, or CPR until the EMS gets there with breathing, is the only thing that really can help. And a lot of times they have to intubate people. There's so many young people dying on opioid addiction. It's so bad. I know, right? Summer has represented so many babies missing. That's true. Represented. She's representative of a lot of babies missing. She really has. And I'm so glad they found that boy today. Oh, you mean Narcan? Yes, Narcan. Oh, yeah. Narcan makes them mad. They get mad when they get Narcan. If you have somebody that's overdosed and they get Narcan, when they come back from Narcan, they will they go mad. They really do. But it saves their life. It really does. But they get mad because they lose their high. A lot of them do. This is one of the craziest cases I've ever seen. Absolutely, I agree with you on that one. It is. I mean, it is a big circus show, is what it is. It has turned out to be a big circus show. And I think Don and Candace and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they're innocent or guilty, but they have stirred a pot with this one. They have a lot to do with all the drama and the circus along with this case. They do. Especially Don getting on YouTube drunk and him and Candace fighting. What the- Oh my god. I am clean 9 Years clean for cocaine, meth, and opiates. Ah, good for you. Absolutely good for you. And you hang in there and you don't give up, Sky, because the good Lord will take care of you. Um, and stay strong because I know it's hard. It's very hard. It's a disease. And a lot of people don't look at it as a disease, but it very much is a disease. And it's a battle that you're going to have to battle the rest of your life. But the longer you go without it, the stronger you'll be. But good for you, 9 years. That's awesome. That's awesome. And you could use this. That's her life is wonderful. That's awesome. And you could use your experience with getting off drugs to help other people get off drugs that might not be able to get off of them, that might not have the strength. And maybe you could help them and tell them, since you went through it, how to get off the drugs and stay off of them. A lot of people don't have support systems, and that's very sad too. It was hard. My brother died. I made it without relapse. Oh, yes, absolutely. That had to be really, really hard, especially with a death. It's almost like that old devil wants to just, he knows you're doing good, so he's going to try any way he can to make you go back to his control. Because when you're on that stuff, you're under his control. And that's what he wants. So he makes it so hard for you um, to get, you know, to stay strong. But you hang in there and don't you give up on that. What's this? I cannot believe that they have not tried to go to rehab to try to get the boys back. That is that is telling me. Yeah, I don't know. Are they not wanting to go to rehab to get the boys back? Surely they do. If they don't, that's something else. Yes, I help and I minister to homeless people to try to help as many as possible. That is very, very good. Jesus said that if you give to one of mine, you're giving to me, and that's what you're doing, and that's what he wants. Awesome, Sky Blue. Bless your heart, sweetheart. She said. And then Kimmy said, I agree. Thank you, Bonfay. Getting you getting stronger, Sky Blue. Yeah, and I think that it's also a healing process for you to be able to take that experience and use it for a positive to help other people because you've been there. You've struggled with that. Sidewalk prophecy. Amen. That's the best kind you got right there. Go out there on the streets and you talk to them and minister to them and do whatever you can to help them. And Cassie said, Sky Blue, um, Moon, bless you, dear. I, I ain't got my glasses on. I am sober as well, 14 years. Yes, bless you, Cassie. Absolutely, Cassie. Bless you and good for you. Absolutely, 100%. It doesn't just happen. It's a struggle every day, and I have to fight to keep it. Yes, and I can imagine. I can imagine. And I've seen a lot of sadness. A lot of sadness. And it's hard. I know it's very hard. But you just hang in there and stay strong. You're gonna have your good days and your bad days, and try to cope however you can on those bad days. And Bonface said, absolutely helping the homeless probably helped you keep focus. It does. I can imagine it does. This guy said, "Thank you." Oh my God, praise God, Cassie, and she put yes, 8 years. Yeah, if you could help someone else get off them and get better, absolutely, definitely try to do that, because you're not only helping them, but you're helping their family, you're helping their children, and you're helping the mothers and children's. I That's the two that I feel the most sorry for. When a child or when someone's on drugs, is that person's mother or father and that person's children, because they're the ones that hurts the most. I heard maybe organ harvesting and even more. Oh, I know. It's awful. That is, it's really scary. It's really scary to think about that organ harvesting is. And I feel like that they're getting more and more bolder as they go with it and stealing people for it. And I just question the Jelani Day thing. The little guy that the little doctor student I talked about last night. At first they said that his organs wasn't found in him, and they said they forgot to put him back in the first um, autopsy he had. Well, if they didn't put him back in, what did they do with his organs? You know, this case, let me see, gets deep. Absolutely, it does. I know, sadly, it really does. You gotta watch Valkyrie's Corner. I'm definitely gonna watch her for sure. I think Dawn is bargaining with God or hiding behind God. It does not work that way. Yes, absolutely. I mean, if he had something to do with the baby missing, he's got to come clean with God, because God knows what's going on. Just like when Cain killed Abel, um, he he hid from God, and God asked him, "What have you done?" Your brother's blood cried out from the ground for justice, to me. So, really, turkeys aren't very smart. No, turkeys are so dumb. They're the dumbest little things. They're the sweetest, but they're so dumb. They really are. I love them though, but they're dumb little critters. Absolutely, his organs were gone. Yeah, that's what they said. They they said that he didn't have them on the second autopsy, but the first one he did, but they didn't put them back in. And I wonder what they did with them. But yeah, when I hatch my turkeys out, I have to put a chicken in there, a baby chicken there with them to show them how to eat, because they will starve themselves. They won't learn how to eat. So, but yeah, the organ harvesting is really, 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 it's bad. And I believe that that's what's behind the Jelani Day thing, because he was a young, strong, athletic, smart student, and he uh, he he just he was in class that day, and he was seen going out of the college twice, and then he just disappeared. And then later on, they found him in another county in the river, and they're not even trying to say it's a homicide when his mom knows it's a homicide. And it was during the same time that Gabby Patino was found, and uh, so she got all that publicity and he didn't. And now his mom is fighting, like she is really out here fighting to get justice for him. And it's really kind of sad. Let's see. I know she really never had a chance. Yeah, she really didn't have a chance. I don't feel like she had. There was just so much surrounding her, um, and stuff. But, like with the organ harvesting, like what she was talking about, um, Jelani was not the first one that happened to. There was a young male African American model, just like Jelani, um, well built and everything, that was out in California, and they took pictures of him out in the woods, modeling for like Lady Gaga and stuff, all them celebrities, and he got scared for some reason, and he came back home to his mother, and he decided that he wanted to go back out to LA. So he did, and one night in the morning he called his mom saying that he wanted her to come pick him up, that he was in trouble. Well, when she called back and wanted to know where he was at, he was missing. And like a few days later they found him in the desert, and his organs was all gone like that. They was missing. And I think that they even probably drained his blood, but he had nothing. So that makes you wonder, you know, are they targeting certain stereotypes for this human trafficking and organ harvesting? I think the TBI knows everything. I do too. I think the TBI knows what's going on. I think the TBI is holding back until they get enough evidence to indict. And they have to have concrete evidence, because if they don't, and they go in there and they blow it, then that person will never be tried again. So I feel like that the TBI knows who's done this and what's happened. I just feel like that they don't have the evidence. You know, Summer's not found. I don't think they have any idea where Summer's at. I think they may have an idea of who took her and why she was taken. Um, but yeah, I absolutely believe that they have to know something a lot. They know a lot more than we do. Just, say that I think it's a lot involved. Yes, absolutely. Um, but if they can just come in and take a young athletic man like Jelani Day off, and kill him and throw him in the river and then cover it up. I mean, what else are they gonna do? Let's see. I pray an arrest is made soon, or wonder of any of the channels or TBI. Um, well, I know WJHL is a local news channel, and I think the TBI actually has a Facebook, because when I get my Amber Alerts from the TBI, like last night, when I click on it, it goes to like the Facebook page or the Google page. So there is a page, because um, when I got the Amber Alert. Now, uh, they was continuing on tonight the Amber Alert with that, even after he is found. So I don't know if it's just like a setup in the system or what. I'm starting to think none of it happened the day they said. I think there are very many people involved. Yeah, I never did get a chance to go back and listen to Hunter's dad and what Hunter's dad had to say. I didn't get a chance to do that, but I'm curious to see what he has to say, because to me he was a little, and I understand he's young, but he was kind of nervous in that interview. Yeah, I definitely think it happened on the 14th, not the 15th. It could have very well happened on the 14th and not the 15th. We don't even know, you know, if they everything they told us and everywhere they went was really where they went. And I can understand H being traumatized a little bit from it, but to where he wants to hide out and not talk to nobody and not let anybody know where he's at, that kind of in the back of my mind's a little suspicious. Do you all feel the same way? I mean, YouTube channel is TBI pretending to be regular channel. Oh, you think so? Well, I'm sure that they have accounts that we don't know about. And they get on here and listen and to different YouTubers and stuff. And Don and Candace, when they get on the YouTube, I think they do. I think that the 14th, because of the Dudley, the ex-employee, and Jody Sue, she said herself in a live they was laying low when the cops came to search from what happened the day before. Wow. Really? Oh my goodness. That is very suspicious. And if that did happen like that, then Don was involved in that one. Because and it, that's very very suspicious. You know, I like we was talking last night. I think she does say the truth. What comes out of her mouth is some truth. And why would she say that? Wonder what she was talking about. That could absolutely be what's going on. It was foul play. They ruled out kidnapping. Yeah, that's what they said. That they are not seeing any evidence of an abduction and kidnapping. So, yes, Jody Sue said it all on the. I'm gonna have to go back to her channel and watch those videos. She's got some good stuff on Jody Sue. She sure does. Because I think that's where I went on there before and watched with Jody Sue before Summer got missing. Those videos. Wow. That is really, really something to look into. Let's see. I think they took some organs and it went bad. Remember the rest under the seat belt? Probably heavily medicated and something went wrong. You know, you never know. You never know when it comes to that kind of stuff. That could be very true. And that's sad if that was true. I'm definitely going to have to go back now and study that picture because I didn't really even look at it that much. I just glanced at the color of her face and stuff. Abduction, they ruled out abduction and they ruled out kidnapping. So the only thing they have left is fireplace. They're saying it was foul play. Wow. That is something else for sure. Then after her hunched over in that photo, in my opinion. Yeah, the 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 way she was laying didn't look very well to me either. I didn't like the way she was laying either in that photo. It was really really odd. Why would they prop her up against two milk jugs? That's weird. Jody Sue made a point to say she keeps stuff on her, meaning to finish, keep stuff on her, meaning to finish her own self and or bang anyone else's. Yeah, she says some stuff, but I really do think what she says is the truth. Even when it's in half sentences and this and that, she's speaking the truth. Yeah, it could have very well been an overdose. You know, like I said, a lot of people. Well, allegedly Casey Anthony. They said that one little baby that she could have possibly given her chloroform. So yeah, a lot of these parents don't want to deal with their kids, so they give them stuff like that. And her being so small, it could have overwhelmed her body. Me too, Cassie. And she could have very well died that way. But that scenario about the 14th, that makes a lot of sense too. Absolutely, it does. Um, my mouth's so dried out, but they they know something. They really do. I think the TBI knows what's going on, and if this has been Jody Sue involvement, and I'm telling you right now, I feel in my heart and in my opinion, I feel like that woman's evil. After I've watched those videos of her, that's just my opinion. I feel like there's an evil presence there. I was in Florida at the time, about an hour away with Casey Anthony. Oh, I bet that was a whole mess right there. And she got out of it free, free and clear. I bet there was a lot of people in Florida that was upset about that. I don't understand how any mom anyway, if you love your child, if they went missing for 2 months and you didn't know where they was at, I mean, she obviously didn't care about that baby for her to be missing like that, even if she wasn't guilty, which, she allegedly ain't, but I think otherwise, in my opinion. I was so mad in Florida. Absolutely, I would have been very, very mad in Florida. Why hasn't Allie filed charges on Candace for giving H alcohol? That's the same thing I wonder as well. As I mean, she seemed to be pretty fine with the alcohol. She didn't have a problem with him taking vapes and drinking alcohol. That was a really odd to me. I mean, if that would have been me, I would have been very mad about that. And I wouldn't have let him back around her at all. He was too young for her to be doing that. She really does need charges against her over that. That's for sure. That had to be hard for you, Sky Blue. Sorry, sweetheart. Oh yeah, to have to go and deal with that whole um you moved. Absolutely, I don't blame you. I bet it is. I Because Casey Anthony, the whole Kaylee Anthony thing, that blew up way more in summer. That got a lot of national coverage on it. That is that is made me so mad. Hate people sometimes. Yeah, that was just. I mean, that I think everybody was mad about that. I think I don't think she, in my opinion, I don't think she deserves to be able to have any other children. I think if she has any more children, they need to take them children away from her, because she definitely don't need to be having any more kids after that happened. Casey dad is a retired cop. He helped her. Yeah, I think there was a lot of help there in that case. A whole lot of help. But you know what? I think her dad might have had something to do with it, because she got up there and she told on her daddy. So for her to be messed up like that and have that many issues, um, something's happened to her. I believe she was telling the truth when she told that on her daddy. I don't think she got up there and lied about her dad. I think what she said about her dad was true. I think that he made her do the stuff that she said it. Oh yeah, because when you find people like that messed up and that sexually active and that wild and stuff, something happened. I believe her too. And I believe maybe, well, they would have come out if little Kaylee would have been messed with. I'm sure they checked her to see and they never said nothing about that. But I wonder if that happened to Casey, maybe she didn't want Kaylee to go through the same thing or something. I don't know. She seemed pretty cold hearted. I mean, she was more worried about herself, in my opinion, than she was anybody else. So, Cassie, really? Which channel and how do you know? Allie called the police before to get her kids back from their house, said they were giving them alcohol. It was on the 911 call. Even if Allie did not file charges, the state takes over and file. Yeah, they should take over and file. If they went up there and they found those kids under the care of Candace and Don, and them under the influence of alcohol, they should have been they should have been arrested, and they should have called social services right then and there. They shouldn't have been able to get away with that. But the thing is, why did Allie let Hunter go that day with Candace? If that don't make sense to me. Hunter should have never went with Candace again after that. But she turned around and let her go right back with him. And then she went and bought him a twisted tea and a vape. And Allie sat right there and seemed just fine with it on that interview. And I was like, that's crazy. I don't know. I'm back and forth on Allie. I don't know what to think about her. I mean, one minute she hates Candace and she's mad at Candace and calling social services on Candace. And the next minute she's up there partying with her and letting her kid go with him. The 911 call from Allie on Molly Go Lightly. I'll have to go listen to that one because I've not heard that one yet. She is on call with police to get her kids off of Candace property. Oh, that is a setup. Yes, it could very well be a setup. Um, I'm so iffy about her though. I think maybe they had little Hunter. I think he might have been coached a little bit in that interview. Awesome, Candace, Cassie, so very happy for you. Yes, what the F is that? It's a setup by Allie. Yeah, I really do. I think that Allie had a lot of it set up and stuff. And I think Allie knows more than what she's saying too. In my opinion, I think that she knows more, and I think set up by Allie. I think she knows a lot more than what she's saying, and I think Hunter knows too. Now maybe he might have told the TBI more, but I was just surprised to hear what Chris McDonough knowed. The new stuff that Chris McDonough come out with. I was very surprised to hear that. But yeah, I feel like Allie knows more. And I got to go back and listen to Hunter's dad's interview. I haven't had a chance to do any of that, but I definitely want to hear that. Why would you call the police? Have them get your kids, then let them go back. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Why would you do that? And then let Hunter go right back down the road with her. And now Hunter is involved in this possible homicide case and him just 15 years old because of that. I think TBI don't want them in jail yet. They are trying to get them to slip up for the body. Yeah, they could be. They could be watching them and monitor them to see if anybody go. A lot of times when, because I watch a lot of crime shows, a lot of times these people that does stuff like that, they come back to the crime scene several times. They usually will come back to the crime scene. Let's see, and they're usually the first one at the crime scene. Um, the interview with him, Allie is coaching him what to say, and his grandmother as well. I think so too. She stayed on that phone a lot. I was wondering what she was doing on that phone. But yeah, I think some of it was coached too. She was on that phone quite a bit. And then the way that grandma looked at her that one time, I think they all know a whole lot more, including that Leslie girl. I think, in my opinion, they do. Um, I didn't know that about turkeys. Yeah, turkey. They are. Turkeys are very, very. They're very, very simple little things, and they're just so hard to raise. But I figured them. I've got them figured out, and I'm gonna do a tutorial on that whenever I hatch some new ones out, and just kind of do one to show how to hatch and what to look for, and what kind of medicines to give them when they get sick and stuff. Because I had a very successful rate on raising them, and I have a lot of them. So this year I'm going to get a lot of eggs from turkeys, which I got a lot last year too. Even just the looks. Yeah, the looks really in that interview that said a lot right there. The looks that the grandma give Allie and certain things, and then Hunter being so nervous, he was so nervous, and like he would slip up and everything. He would first said that him and Summer was watching LOLs, and then he would say another thing. Still, they should have taken the boys much sooner. I totally agree. I totally agree. I think that the TBI kind of, or not the TBI, but CPS. I think the CPS kind of failed them little boys in summer. Well, not the boys. Well, yeah. Well, I don't know if I can't really blame them because there is laws that they have to go by and rules that they have to go by. But definitely they was failed. Somebody failed them, whether it was the law or the CPS. But they should have probably been took or better looked at and monitored than what they was, because now we have a missing child and traumatized children. Them boys are traumatized from all this. So that just makes it worse, um, when they could have been in there and cracking down a little bit on them, and maybe even take the kids out of that custody to where uh, Summer didn't end up missing, because there was a lot of evil that surrounded that baby and that situation, um, and not just from the neighbors, but from the people that was being brought up there to that house, people that was staying in that house. There was people. Um, there was a old man staying up there named Bill. That was homeless, and he stayed in that shed. So he knew that property very well. So it could have very well been him too. You never just know who it would have been, who it could have been. Um, there was just a lot of evil surrounding that little baby. Something was bound to happen. But in my opinion, I think it was somebody real, real close. I think, and this is just my opinion, allegedly, I feel like Jody Sue is involved more than what a lot of people think. I think she knows more or could be possibly involved in it. In my That's just my opinion, but that's how I feel, you know? Sorry. My mouth was dry. But I need to go back and watch the Andy or Hunter's dad interview and see what he has to say. But even with that, the little Fred, taking the boys. Oh yeah, definitely. But even with the Fred thing, the whole Fred and the Bones thing, that's a little sketchy for that Fred man to just take Ziggy up there for these bones randomly. That makes me a little suspicious of him. I mean, why is he looking for bones anyway? Why is he up there in them woods? Why is he being kind of crazy? That's kind of crazy a little bit to me. What kind of people are we living in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Ville or something? Because that's what it seems like to me. I'm not familiar with that case. He was hanging out with Lady Gaga. Oh yeah, yeah. He um he was like a model, and I seen a picture of him when he was leaned up against the a tree, and he was naked, and he had like a makeup on him, and Lady Gaga and all them was standing behind him. Um, and then um, he got missing, and he called his mom in trouble. They went back to get him or called back and couldn't get a hold of him. They searched and they found him in the desert, and he had been stripped of everything, all of his organs, and I'm pretty sure they took his blood too. I could be wrong about the blood thing, but I know they did take his organs for sure. But with Jelani Day, they're saying that his organs was there the first autopsy and that they didn't put them back. Well, what did they do with them? If I was his mom, I'd be like, "What did you do with my son's remains? You should have put all of my son's remains back. Why is his remains missing? You know? Why would you do that? I want to put all of my son to rest." Which they said there wasn't a whole lot left to him after he'd been in the hot river for days. But still, his organs should have been placed back in him after the autopsy. I mean, why wouldn't you? What did they do with them? I mean, I'm sure they don't have places to put them. I just think the whole thing's fishy. And I think the mommy knows it too. And now they're saying that they can't rule it as a homicide. They can't really tell how he died. So they're not going to try to treat it as a homicide. And his mom is out here saying, "I know my son. My son, he wouldn't kill himself. He wouldn't do anything. He was a doctor's student. He was athletic. And then he goes into class that morning and comes out and disappears forever." Donnie Candace said that they aren't going back to see the boys. Said it is too far. Are you kidding me? That is ridiculous. they don't want to drive to go back and see their sons because it's too far. What in the world? That don't make no sense. Them little kids, that is awful. So what are they going to do? Just abandon them and leave them there in a foster care? Because they're not going to get them back if they don't go back and see them. Wow. Yeah, all of them are suspicious. I totally agree. The boys said they don't want to go back. Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard that the boys said they didn't want to go back. I speak the truth. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, and if the boys did say that they didn't want to go back, then there was something going on in that house that them boys don't want to go back to. Um, because a lot of kids love their parents and they will go back to their parents no matter how bad their living conditions is. But that's so weird that I can't believe that they would say that they wouldn't go back and see their kids because it's too far to go. I mean, you would want to do anything for your kids. I don't understand people. I mean, it don't matter how long it is to travel. Um, find a way to get there and see your children. Don't leave them hanging like that. They're already going through enough. Mountain is evil, Satan monster on the mountain. Absolutely, absolutely. That whole mountain is evil, and I would be terrified. A YouTuber, some of these YouTubers need to be careful going there and getting themselves wrapped up in this case around some of these people, because I mean they could end up hurt. They could really end up hurt. They need to be careful about that. I did glance and see something where Bullhorn Betty was going to try to come back to Tennessee. What in the world? Why would you come back to Tennessee if you all are getting warrants and stuff against you? Jimmy, I heard that too. Kimmy. Kimmy. It's Bonifay. Bonifay. But yeah, I mean, why would you do that? And I don't know what her purpose is coming here for. Is she going to come back and hang flyers, or is she going to get a billboard put up for summer where people can actually see it in Kingsport and on the road to Summer's house coming from Knoxville? Or I mean, you wouldn't even have to put a billboard up. Put a banner up. You know, if you're going to collect all this money from people off YouTube and come back there, what are you going to do? Stand there with signs and scream profanities? That's not going to get anything solved. Not at all. Do you think she'll go to jail over that? What happened, Molly? Because they said they pressed charges against her. I don't know, but they'll probably drop them, I'd say. But there is a newer photo where Summer is standing next to another girl hunched over. I wonder who that girl is. You think it might have been Allie's daughter? Allie's daughter was a I think she's Hispanic. She's a Hispanic girl. I think she's like 14. It could have been her. Um, but yeah, I'm sitting here ranting and raving. But they did. They said I seen where Bullhorn Betty is going to come back to Tennessee, and it's really not helping anything to come back and do that. If anything, give them little boys something. Give them A fundraiser. Give them a free Disney trip. Donate for that. Kimmy Mountain. Mountain. Oh, see. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I see what you're saying now, Kimmy Mountain. Yeah. I mean, there was so much to it. There's so much evil that's surrounding that whole area right there. And I was watching a pretty good famous detective the other day on YouTube, and he covered the SummerWells case, and he said the same thing. He said there's an evil here that I'm getting off this, and just everything that's surrounded that I could. There's an evil presence coming off from this case. Um, and I think it is because whoever got this baby is a very evil person. Whoever had anything to do with hurting this little girl is very evil. And if they did hurt her, they're going to have to pay for what they've done. And if it's her mother's involved, it will come out and she will be arrested. You can't hide it from ever. You might hide it from, you might be able to hide it from people, but you ain't hiding it from the good Lord. He sees everything. And whoever took this little girl, they're going to have to answer to it, especially if they've hurt her. If they've hurt her, they're going to have to answer to it. Don shot a flare gun at them. Yeah, I heard about that. I heard that that he had shot one or they said it was Candace. I don't think Don was home. They said somebody said it was Candace. I don't know. That might not be true, but it was Don or Candace one that shot a flare gun at him. But I mean, there's really nothing they can do if they come back here. Um, I've not watched any of the episodes, so I don't know what kind of drama is going on there. Um, but I did see it where it insinuated that um, Bullhorn Betty was going to go back to Tennessee. So who knows what's going to happen there? I mean, Kimmy, not Jimmy. Kimmy Mountain. But yeah, it's a whole mess, is what it is. A whole mess. And until the TBI gets enough evidence to arrest somebody, um, we're going to have to just hold tight and try to do what we can, until we can find out what happened to her and why she's missing and who took her. But if somebody took her and, you know, took her off and is trafficking her, um, it's definitely from substance abuse. It's definitely a substance abuse case. I really strong believe substance abuse is very much been involved in this case. Uh, I don't know exactly what kind, but in my opinion, I think that both of them was on substances before she got missing, which contributed to her become missing because they was probably hanging around the wrong people. I don't know, I could be wrong, but that's just how I feel. It's crazy mess, is what it is. It is something else. I was gonna go watch Prayer Garden tonight, but she's off. She's not on tonight. I don't know where she's at, but I wish she'd come back. I like listening to her. But maybe she just needed a rest tonight. But yeah, this case has got me all puzzled. I'm definitely gonna have to go back and I'm definitely gonna have to go back and watch those videos and look that up because I'm curious myself to find out what's been going on. So I've not really had a chance to do that at all. But yeah, but I guess I'm going to go ahead and end this live because I'm getting so tired I can barely hold my head up right now. I'm trying to talk to y'all and I'm so sleepy I don't even know what I'm talking about. But I appreciate y'all getting on here tonight, and I'll try to get on a little earlier tomorrow where I won't be so sleepy and we'll talk better. And I'm gonna try to get on our what y'all had told me to go on to and watch those videos and find out a little more about that, especially that picture and stuff that you all was telling me about and the videos. I'm gonna go check that out, and then I'll get back on here probably. I'm gonna go before Prayer Garden and Ziggy gets on, so I'll probably go on a little bit earlier, probably around 5, 6, maybe 7 tomorrow evening. After I had a chance to go over videos and stuff, but I'm falling asleep right now. I'm so sorry, guys. Um, but thank you so much for being on here, and I hope y'all come back and watch me again, and y'all have a blessed night. But I want to stay on here, but I'm literally about to just doze off right now, and I hate to leave y'all hearing me snoring on here. So if y'all's not subscribed, I would be very grateful to have you subscribe and hit the notification and come back and watch my video or watch my live tomorrow. And I promise I'll be more awake and I'll have all this stuff watched, so I'll be prepared to talk about it and not fall asleep because I'm so tired right now. But thank you all so much, and God bless you all, and y'all have a good night, okay? Bye bye, guys. Bye. I hope y'all are getting this.